Hey everybody, this is Eric, and I'm going to be going over the four games from the Indianapolis tournament this past weekend. And I have to apologize again. Well, apologize, but the individual stats are a little bit muddled because number one, I didn't have the names of a couple of the players before we submitted these for breakdown. And you have two players of the same name, the same number. You're just making it very difficult on Huddle and me. So if you guys can figure out a way to have different numbers, that would certainly help. I could do my best to try to siphon through and determine which number 9 is doing what and which number 20 is doing what, but it is more difficult. So if you could somehow have individual numbers like the other teams, it would certainly make things easy. But I will say that going forward, I am going to be able to get the new players into the stats. And forget into the stats, also you'll be able to pull up their clips as well. I don't know if we can go back and put new names into the old videos that were not pre-entered. I'm going to have to look into that. Nonetheless, we're going to look at it. We'll definitely look at the team stuff, and the individuals that we do have, we'll be able to highlight. So again, we're not worried about wins or losses here. We're worried about things we can control, which is shot selection, and who's taking them, like where you're shooting from and who's taking those shots. And that applies to both offense and defense. Now, I gave you guys some goals as a team to try to get to. And the reason why I gave you these goals, again, is I know what numbers are needed to beat the types of teams that you guys are playing. So let's just kind of get into it. Let's start in no particular order. Let's start with the Hoosiers prospect game. And again, what we're looking to do is have an effective field goal percentage of 49%, excuse me, a 55%, a turnover rate of 15% or lower, and an offensive rebound percentage of 30% or higher. And I have to say, this is not, that bad. Okay. Yes, I would prefer you have 55% effective field goal percentage, but at least 49% gets you in the ball game. But then you need to have something else be outstanding to get you a win. You have, your offensive rebound percentage is 24%, which is, 6% below what you need. So this is usually not going to be good enough. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's certainly not good enough. It also doesn't take, analytical genius to figure out that when you take only 2 free throws, that's not a good thing either. So you're not getting to the rim, you're not getting easy shots, and that's what happens. But overall, the effective field goal percentage wasn't terrible, but unfortunately, your opponents, it's a 64% effective field goal percentage, and you're just not going to win when they're shooting like that. Let's take a look at the shot chart. Again, let's see what we can control here. And what we're looking for is, this is really not bad, guys. Really, what we're looking for is to eliminate these bad 2s as much as possible. And you did only shoot 5. Now, again, my teams, in my world, this entire matrix is empty, okay? But only 5 bad 2s out of 65 shots is really not bad. So I'm not really worried too much about that. But again, the more we can get rid of these, the better. All right, let's take a look at the individuals from this game. Athlete totals. Let's see how we did here. From 3, Will was 2 for 10. Now, again, all of the number 9s were grouped into one player for the purposes of this. So everybody who wore number 9 combined for 2 for 10. That's just the way it is. And 20 is no longer Fade On, I suppose. 20 is now the new player. So going forward, we'll be able to have number 20 be Chris Young. But for now, Chris, if you want to look at your stats and your clips, you'd have to look under Fade On Blades because he was number 20 when this was uploaded. That's the best I can do. In any case, 3 for 5 from 3, which is pretty good. That's excellent. And what you can do, which is kind of fun, you can click through these and you can see what all these look like. But again, going forward, we'll be able to do that. And I will look into maybe if there's any way to go backwards. I guess I could always resubmit these. Maybe if I have time, I'll do that. Maybe that's not the worst idea in the world, actually. Especially with fade on, because like fade on, we don't have two number 20s. It's just the one number 20. The two number 9s might be a problem, but one number 20, I could probably just resubmit. Maybe I will do that, actually. Well, let's move on. Next game, that would be. Let's look at Ohio buckets. Let's see what we did here. Okay, so, oh, this is giving me all 12 games. No, we don't want all 12. Yeah, sometimes Huddle gets a little frisky. All right, just the Ohio bucket games. So we have to identify the unknowns here. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. So 52% effective field goal percentage is not bad. Again, you're going to need 55 to win these games consistently, but 52 is right there. Your turnover rate's not terrible, but you got no offensive rebounds. And when that happens, you just deprive yourself of getting as many shots off as you need. Okay, that's just, that's not high level math. I mean, if every shot that you miss, you're not getting a second shot, that's just not good. But the effective field goal percentage in and of itself was pretty good. Let's take a look at the shot chart here. Ohio buckets. I mean, this is excellent. I mean, honestly, I hate to say it, but this is really good. I mean, you only have 2 bad 2s here. I really can't ask for more than this. I mean, you're getting to the rim, and when you're not getting to the rim, you're taking 3s. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Your only issue is, yeah, maybe you should have made a few more of these, maybe, but this isn't terrible. And just you had to get more rebounds, and that was it. Let's take a look at the individuals in this game. Buckets. What do we have here? All right, so whoever number 50 was in this game was 2 for 5 from 3. Dylan was 1 for 4. Connor 1 for 4. Will, or whoever was number 9, was 2 for 4. And Fadon / Jaden actually was 1 for 2 from 3. But overall, I mean, I don't have too many complaints. Maybe make 1 or 2 more of these. And then unfortunately, you have to get more rebounds. And listen, you could either get bigger or more aggressive, or what you could do, you could just, Steve, this is for you. You should maybe scheme a little bit to maybe have them always crashing weak side, or maybe sending a couple of guys to the glass regardless of who's shooting. That's something you could do to try to combat this, I guess. All right, let's go on to I don't know what order these are, but BCRI, this game, I think this might have been the 4th game. Actually, I'm not even sure what these orders are. So 45% effective field goal percentage, that's not going to work. I would have given you 49% as something you could work with, and not 45, especially when, again, 20% turnover rate's a little bit too much, and 13% offensive rebound percentage. You're just giving up too many shots relative to what you're getting. Let's take a look at the shot chart. Let's take a look. Okay, so here, this is not the best. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 bad 2s. Okay, so 7 bad 2s is out of 50 shots is the ratio which I'm not willing to live with. I mean, you have to keep that under 10%. Otherwise, you're really just not putting yourself in the position to win. Now, you could click through these and see if these are really bad or just kind of a stat anomaly, like this shot here. Yeah, see, that one I would never allow. But that's me. Mathematically, it's a terrible shot, but maybe you want them to shoot that. Let's see this one. Yeah, I mean, that's a disaster. I'm glad that got blocked. And then you can go to all these and see, what, let's see, 33, Randolph, that this can't be. I mean, at least somebody was underneath, but that can't be. Anyway, as a coach, you can click through here, but as players, you should see that, just trust me, all these, even these that went in, these are all bad. Let's take a look at the individuals from this game, ECRI. All right, Connor was 2 for 4 from 3. Guri, not the best, 0 for 4. Fadon / Jaden, 1 for 5. Salem, 1 for 3. So, I mean, overall, you didn't shoot all that great from 3, but that really wasn't the story. The story was just taking the bad twos, right? And you only lost by 8 points. I mean, you didn't get any rebounds, and your shot selection was sort of poor, and you only lost by 8 points. I mean, I could almost consider that. I was about to say I consider it a positive, but I won't, because, again, the shot selection you can control. Whether you're good enough to make them is sort of not within your control, but to shoot from where you're supposed to shoot, that is something that is within your control. All right. Last game of the board, at least the way I have it listed, is NBA. This is probably going to be kind of ugly. Yeah, so 44% effective field goal percentage. That's just not winning. 18% turnover rate. It's not terrible, but once again, I mean, offensive rebounds. You just look at it this way. You were 17 of 47, and that's bad enough. But not only that, I mean, you had one shot from the line. It's just, and I'm not saying that, what do you want me to do, Eric? I mean, we don't have a lot of size. Okay, that's fine. But again, what that means is that you have to send more guys to the glass. You have to send guys from the weak side. Okay? Or you have to completely pick up the pace, where you don't run all that much like real heavy-duty half-court sets where you're going to be one shot now. But again, that's why we run these numbers, to show you, like, at least, this is dramatic. I mean, you're not going to be able to win like this. All right, let's look at the stats from this game. Let's see. Dylan, look at that. 8 for 8 from the field. Look at that standout. 6 for 6 from 2, 2 for 2 from 3. Will, or whoever was playing number 9, 4 for 6 from 3. Fadon's successor, 0 for 4. Let's take a look. Let's see which number 9s we're shooting here. Let's see. This one is, let's see, can't see him. That was Will. Okay. 1 for Will. Ooh, another one for Will. Very nice. I think all of these were Wills. Actually, that's pretty good. This way, no, this one's going to be Chris. No, it's another Will. So these actually are pure. So all those 4 are Wills, actually. So Will, if you want to make clips out of these, you could be sure that these are all yours. All right, let's take a look. Boy, oh boy. I was going to take a look at individuals for the whole season, but it's such a mishmash between the different numbers. We'll look at it and we'll just see if we can't at least do something with this. Let's take a look at all the games. At least I'll tell you guys what I'm looking for. If you're going to want to have a 55% effective field goal percentage as a team, then someone's got to be able to shoot 55% effective field goal percentage as an individual. And the way you do that is, well, you can either just look at effective field goal percentage here, and we see that nobody is above 55. But if you want to look at least one thing you could do, you can look to either shoot 55% from 2 or 38% from 3. Because 38% from 3 kind of corresponds to what 55% from 2 would be. And we're nobody's there yet, but Connor at 34.7% is, the closest thing we have. And the combination of all of the number 9s, you're shooting 30%. All the number 20s are shooting 30%. So Connor is definitely the best 3-point shooter right now. But still, we got to get this up just a little bit. But again, as individuals, that's what you guys can shoot for, which I'm going to continue to challenge you on each time we do these videos. 55% from two, excuse me, from here, or 55 or 38% from three. Anyway, I don't know whether you guys play Memorial Day or not. If so, good luck there. If not, I'll do one of these videos next time you guys have a tournament. And again, hopefully that gives you guys some stuff to work on, and I will try my best to make some sense out of this roster. Good luck, everybody.